back once again this week. It's the JoLo Show with Vince Russo. I am JoLo Castro, one half of the hosting team here on the JoLo Show, and I'm here with my perennial guest host, my always good friend, Vince Russo. Vince, welcome back to the JoLo Show.
JoLo, let me clarify something. This is not a hosting team, bro. This is how we set this up from the beginning. This is your baby. I am a guest on your show. You are the host.
All right, well, I need to flex that more, don't I?
There's no co-hosting, bro. This is your show.
Vince, I'm going to have to start flexing that muscle more. You know what I mean?
Man. Hey, I'm just going along for the ride, bro.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna make people. Okay, first things first. Then, since I get to host the show, Vince, you got to tell that story about the time we met in Brooklyn and I fought off all those guys. Right? You saw me fight off the 100 guys, right, with my bare hands.
Oh, I saw it, bro. That's why when a decision had to be made for a new show, the guy that came to mind was JoLo.
I mean, after you see somebody, I didn't even break a sweat, as far as I can remember. It was the easiest thing in the world. So, anyways, you heard it first here on the JoLo Show. I fought 100 men, didn't break a sweat, and it's good to have you back here on the JoLo Show, brand members, and Vince, a guest who I could have picked anybody to have on this show. I mean, honestly.
Well, Joe, you got to remember now, this, right now, this show is not just exclusive for brand members.
That's true. This is very true.
So it's out there for everybody, bro. So everybody could be watching this show. You might want to explain it a little bit to them. It might be a whole new audience. And then after that, bro, I want to maybe add a gimmick to the show that you might be able to use going forward.
A gimmick, you say? Now, gimmicks are something that you're very famous for. So I've got to be on my guard here. You know. Yes. I don't want any electrified cages on the JoLo Show, Vince. I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
No.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Bro, listen. Can I tell you something? Not even I could take ownage of the electrified cage.
I'm not going to go into it, but it's my favorite of the of the attributions that people. You know. Right. Sorry, it was a low blow. It was a low blow. Wait, it's my show, so I can do what I want. Okay. Anyways, I will explain the show. That's a fantastic idea. The JoLo Show is a show where I, JoLo Castro, pick a guest out of a list of like 100 people that I could choose. And I pick Vince Russo typically because it's the only one who returns my calls. And I take questions from everybody right now. And so as you submit questions on Facebook and Twitter every week for the JoLo Show, I will take the best non-wrestling related questions. Now, that's an important caveat of the JoLo Show. So if you're a first-time watcher, we don't do wrestling questions. Now, I say, since I'm the King JoLo here, I get to say that we might, every once in a while, I said on the last episode, the universe bends around Vince Russo's wrestling career sometimes. So when I have him on the show, we might digress, but my point is this. We pick great non-wrestling related questions, and then we just try to see if we can have a good conversation. Sometimes we have a nice long one, sometimes we have a real short one. But either way, we try to put together an entertaining time for you guys to listen to and enjoy and comment on, and then join in the conversation. Share some of your thoughts and opinions based on what we have to say. We'll answer in the comments and threads. I'm usually pretty active, so definitely hit us up and then ask us questions next week. We're here to interact with you. So now I got to hear this gimmick before we launch into any of these questions, Vince. Lay it on me.
The thing I love about the uniqueness of this show is, the how we get around to certain topics that when the show starts, you never in a million years would think that these topics would come into play. I go back to a couple of weeks ago with the Velvet Fog.
That was like the first show.
Yeah, okay, Mel Torme, which that was a phenomenal reference to me. Last week, bro, there were numerous. Now, listen, JoLo, you're a lot younger than me. Can you remember specifics? Last week, there was a ton of them. Yeah,
last week we ended up talking, I think, about David Lynch. And about David Lynch movies that we both liked. Great David Cronenberg. You said you were going to drop a bomb reference on me. You said, you're never going to get this. JoLo, bro, you're never going to get it. Videodrome.
Videodrome.
And we went on a whole Videodrome spree of how much we love Videodrome and Naked Lunch. And we talked about all these freak out movies that we really enjoyed. That was kind of a breakout. We started talking about Tom Green. and we ended up talking about Naked Lunch and Videodrome. So
we need now to tie this in with, I'm a big fan of vintage television. And, you, bro, you're a young man, JoLo, but you're years ahead of your time. Like, references that nobody would ever know. And I know you know the reference to the show You Bet Your Life.
I do.
Do you know what the gimmick was in that show?
Are you gonna say the mystery word? Was that You Bet Your Life?
Yes.
I'm right. Oh, that was the Groucho Marx.
The Groucho duck fell from the ceiling.
You say the magic word and the duck comes down.
If you say the magic word, you've got to conduct these interviews and bring me around to saying a word. Maybe you hold it up to everybody at the beginning and I'll turn my back. And you got to lead me through the interview. And by the time it's over, I got to hit the magic word.
Maybe me and Jeff will come up with some good stuff. And
yes.
Wow, man! Yeah. Now I feel bad that I didn't think about something before the show started. That's next show.
Let's do it. Bro.
Okay, I'm already looking forward to it. So, folks, this is the inception of probably a pretty funny bit. I'm gonna really take you for a ride, Vince. Because on the first JoLo show, I said something, and your immediate reaction was, "Bro, no $10 words." To me, please.
Yeah, but bro, I think it's more. I don't think it's so much words as it is something.
Situations. Yes.
I think you and I, like, in very different ways, we're kind of on the same wavelength with some things.
I can see that.
So in other words, I think if you steer me down a road, I think I'll be able to come up with the magic word.
I've already got a nice list going. Based on previous conversations, I think we're going to have some fun. I will figure out an appropriate graphic to put up, too, with lights, sound, everything. Bang, bang, bang.
When Sanders came on the show, I don't know if you ever saw the podcast with Sanders. He had all kinds of lighting and special effects. Did a really nice job, that Mike Sanders kid.
Well, I've got a desk light and a lamp, and that's
bro. And you took down the stockings.
I did take down the stock. Now there are still Christmas cards on the wall that you can't see just off camera. So the Christmas decorations are definitely still there. But I took down the ones that everybody can see on the JoLo show.
Bro, were those headphones, were those pretty coin or what? Good coin for those headphones?
$100, flat out.
Really? Nah, all right.
I'll
$100.
I'll do a free plug for these guys. They already make enough business. These are Afterglow wireless headphones, and they plug into my computer super easy. They got a microphone on them. If I want to use this too, I can use this microphone on it. It's pretty neat.
Nice.
So it's got a couple of modes. It's nice and deep. It's I can get it real loud. It's one of the best headsets I've ever bought, and it's wireless. So, like, dude, it's so nice, so nice.
Nice.
So yeah, Afterglow wireless headset. But I wear them so I don't get too much feedback from my computer speaker into my Yeti. While we're doing the show, it makes a nice. I think it makes a nice cleaner sound. It makes me look kind of goofy. I look like Princess Leia while we're on the call here, but. No,
I think you look high tech, bro. I like it.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So we're going to jump into a couple of questions here and see where the conversation takes us. We have questions scattered across Twitter and Facebook here, and I kind of pick and chose some of the ones I thought would make great conversation. So thanks again, everybody, for all the questions submitted. Really appreciated them. Love seeing all the support on Facebook and Twitter, definitely. #JoLo Show. Interestingly enough, Joey Logano, one of the guys, a guy who won the Daytona 500 a couple of years ago, I think. The JoLo Show was his hashtag a couple of years ago.
Nice.
And so I was looking at all the different questions, and it was, wrestling, Vince Russo, Joey Logano, oh yeah, JoLo, Joey Logano. Everybody's hashtag JoLo Show. And I thought that was kind of a fun little connection. So on Twitter, it starts with Steven Swan at SwannyOfficial. Says, who have been some of your favorite Celebrity Apprentice contestants throughout the years and some of the bad ones?
I always like the comedians, bro. Because it's kind of like, they're not going to win. They have no business being there.
Who would have had the best chance of winning of the comedians?
Who would have?
Yeah. You know what? Joan Rivers, though, I thought.
Well, but yeah, but I'm talking about, you know, Joan Rivers was a little older, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, like, you know, the
fresher
Godfreys and the Tom Greens and you know, the people like this that just have absolutely no business being. I think, bro, gosh, there's been so many seasons now. I'm pretty sure Andrew Dice Clay was on there one year.
The Dice Man.
I'm pretty sure the Dice Man was on there one
for
year.
like a minute, probably, before he's like, Donald, hey!
Exactly. Yeah. And you always hate the villains. You know, like Omarosa was, you know, just trouble.
No. I love the villains. She's like, she was the kind of villain that I could get behind because she was exactly the kind of villain that show, like, dictated as, like, a work of fiction. You know, this behind the scenes, just backstabby, vindictive, like, just great. Yeah. It was great character writing, and it's reality television.
And there was one of the housewives from Atlanta. I can't even remember her name.
Oh my goodness!
On this season, she was horrible. She was absolutely horrible.
That's funny. That's really funny. I can't believe Dice Clay was.
I'm pretty sure, bro. I can't be positive.
What a paycheck.
I'm almost positive.
I might have to go look that up just to try to enjoy that bit. I was converted to a Dice Clay fan during college, and I never looked back. I've seen Ford Fairlane, you know.
Now, bro, you do know. Let's just to get everything straight with everything going on at the moment. You do know that if Dice Clay was not on The Apprentice, there's going to be a lot of headlines tomorrow morning that Vince Russo is alive.
No, it's all right, man. Well, I'm fairly positive that the fans of the JoLo show will just post a link in the YouTube comments to remind us, because I've pointed out before when we say something wrong on the show, and I've done it before, and I buried myself for that. Yeah. So if you're wrong, but I'll bury you myself.
I'm admitting, though, I'm not 100% sure. There's so many seasons of it, bro, you know?
If you're wrong, I'll bury you myself. So that way it's as easy as that, all right?
Yeah.
So that way no one beats me to the punch. I make it nice, clean, elegant, pow. Believe me, it'll be great. So if you had to name a favorite, though, come on, name a favorite. Name a favorite celebrity Apprentice guest.
Contestant. Shoot, I guess you know, bro, Gene Simmons was on one season. You know, I'm a huge Kiss mark, you know.
I go up and down with Gene Simmons as a guy from time to time, but
I do too.
I'm a fan of the music, so
yeah.
Pretty good answer. And who is the worst?
The worst what?
The worst like the person you just wanted to see off the show. Like, get off the show. I just don't want to see you on TV anymore.
You know, bro, a lot of the housewives, like that Nene Leakes was on there one year. I mean, they got to stop. You know, they had their 15 minutes. They got to end it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bro, you know what else is a joke, bro? Not for anything. The country and western singers that like can't take the cowboy hats off. You know what I'm saying, bro? I mean that's a whole other thing. The Rich, what he was on there, John Rich, whatever his name was on there one year, and I don't get the whole thing with country and western stars. They got to walk around with cowboy hats like it's the Wild Wild West.
Well, it is. You know, you got to project the right image for your fan base, right? You can't take the hat off. It'd be like Scott Hall without a toothpick in his mouth.
I guess, bro.
You know, it doesn't matter where he is. He could be at Old Country Buffet. He better have the toothpick in the side of his mouth, or no one's going to believe him. Like, no one's going to believe a word he says.
I guess, bro.
So, there you go, Steven. Thank you for submitting the question, and moving right on. Vince, Andre Corbeil here. 5 reasons that you think Batman could beat Wolverine. Are you familiar with Wolverine, Vince?
Oh, sure I am.
All right, then.
Yeah.
What 5 reasons, or give me a couple of reasons why Batman, knowing what Wolverine can do, and that he's basically indestructible, I think
first and foremost we could run him over with the Batmobile, throw it in reverse, run him over again, throw it in, because I've never seen Wolverine drive a vehicle.
That's true. He doesn't typically drive very often. I don't want to flash my nerd card here, Vince, but I think he drives in the first X-Men movie. I'm pretty sure he drives a motorcycle in the latest Wolverine movie.
Yeah, but it's not the branded, Wolverine motorcycle.
Running him over with the Batmobile, though, might not be enough to do the job.
What do you mean, bro? You run him over, you back it up, you run him over again, you back it up, the wheel over the skull. I mean, come on, Wolverine ain't gonna come back from that.
Vince, okay, maybe you really don't know Wolverine all that well. Are you ready? Ready for the big nerd moment? Where are my glasses? Here we go. All right, here comes Poindexter. All right, now I gotta talk in my Jameson voice, right? No, I'm not even gonna try. My bad, Jerry Lewis. Lady. So Vince, Wolverine can regenerate from a drop of blood back to his full-size body, like just innately. That's one of his abilities. So it doesn't matter what you do to him, you have to like separate him to his atoms and spread him across the universe to kill him. Running him over with the car, he'll just get up later.
I see a tire crushing his skull. I don't
his
see
skull is made of metal.
I don't see him picking himself off the ground.
The tire crushes his skull. It's everywhere. You walk away from it. Wolverine's dead. 6 hours later, his head is back. He stands up and he walks away. It happened. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I've read the comics where it happens. I've seen, you know.
Well, let's go to point number 2.
Okay, Andre, I'm trying for you here, buddy. I'm trying.
It's hand-to-hand combat between Batman and Wolverine.
Okay, they're duking it out.
1-on-1.
Right.
Robin.
Okay.
Jumps on Wolverine's back like a girly man.
The wild card. Shows his strength. Back,
so like while he's flailing away at Robin, here comes Batman, kick right to the groin, bro. Down goes Wolverine.
I can't argue with that. And you know, Andre, you said beat, not kill. So I think the fight's over at that point.
Yes.
No one's gonna get up from a kick to the beans, and I think that
number 3.
Oh, 3. Keep rolling. Keep them.
Well,
coming.
He wanted 5, right?
I'm impressed that you made it to 2 without
me 5?
Just throwing them out. Yeah, he said 5.
Okay, 3.
By all means,
bro. Utility belt inside the utility belt. Wolverine spray repellent, bro.
Whoa. So it's Adam West in the cowl. Done. I get it now. Okay, that makes sense. All right, 4. I'll buy it. 4.
For the swerve.
The swerve.
Okay. Batman writes the script, sets it up. That Penguin Joker riddle sets them up as the heels.
Right.
Here comes Wolverine. Batman and Wolverine back to back. They're going to fight off the heels. All of a sudden, Batman turns on Wolverine. The heels join in. It's a 4-on-1 situation. Wolverine finished again.
And he walks out with Wolverine's belt and leaves him in the ring.
Exactly.
And then cap it off, Vince. You got to have the final one here.
Well, number 5, I think, is really simple. You know, from what I know about Wolverine, he does not have a batarang.
Okay, no, he does not carry a batarang.
If he came face to face with a batarang, wouldn't know what to do with it. Right. So I say Batman throws the batarang to the top of the highest building he could find, maybe 30, 40 floors. Wraps Wolverine's throat around it on the other end. Wolverine's there dangling, can't get out of the batarang. Boom.
All right.
5 ways we just kill Wolverine.
Okay. Okay. Now you're getting dark. I gave you beat. Now you're going back to kill. I'm going to counter that by saying he uses his Wolverine claws to cut the cable on the batarang. So
it's like that fish. It's like that fish wire. It's a very heavy fish.
It's made. Okay. It's
bro,
super strong.
They climb up side of the buildings with the batarang. You think he's just going to be able to cut that with his claws, bro? We're not talking about Freddy Krueger here. We're talking about Wolverine.
His claws are made of adamantium. It's a super strong metal. Okay, I'll give you this. I'll help you write this ending. The wire that he's hung from is made of adamantium, the same metal his claws are made from, so he can't cut it. Because Batman thought ahead.
Are we talking about Wolverine here? Yes. We're talking about adamant.
We're talking about Wolverine. He's made.
Well, how'd you come up with adamant? Now you're talking about adamant.
I did, Vince. This conversation is getting ridiculous.
Well, you just said now you're talking about adamant, bro. I thought we were talking about Wolverine.
I'm not okay. We're gonna leave adamant out of it. Goody two shoes.
You don't even know who Adamant is, bro.
Isn't he the rock star guy with the saying goody two shoes?
JoLo, you
I don't know. Okay, 1 second. Let me plug in my awesome headset. It's about to die.
This is a host, ladies and gentlemen, of the JoLo show who
I come prepared.
Headsets die in the middle of all the action.
The action is me trying to explain what adamantium is to someone who didn't realize that Wolverine can't die. That action is something that I think is just going to lead us to a very dead end on the JoLo show. But, Vince, I appreciate the list of 5. It was a good one.
Thank you.
I was especially proud of number 3. Wolverine repellent, didn't see it coming. That got me more than anything.
You need to school yourself on Adamant in the off week.
I will. Adamant. Okay. I assume it's not the rock star.
No, it's not.
Okay, fair enough. So,
can I take these glasses off now?
Yeah. Should I keep these nerd glasses on? You think they make me look more intelligent on the JoLo show? Yes, no.
Come on, bro.
All right. JoLo show glasses are staying this week. We'll see. They're that nice under rim style. I like that look. So, anyways, this next question is going to bring us to a piece of current event. The question is, did you watch Star Trek growing up? If yes, what are your favorite memories of Leonard Nimoy?
Yeah, I saw that, bro, and I was not a Trekkie. I was not a Star Trek fan. I saw some episodes. My favorite was, I saw enough to know enough about it. My favorite, it was a movie. It wasn't an episode. I really enjoyed Star Trek 2. I enjoyed the Wrath of Khan, Ricardo Montalban, the little bug crawling in the air gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite movie.
That was some good stuff. I really enjoyed that movie too. I am a pretty big Trekkie, and so I've seen a lot of the original series and all the new movies and all that stuff. When we heard that he had passed on that Friday, I was very sad. I posted a picture of him up on the wall of my office. And later that night, my friends and I watched a couple episodes of the original series in honor of his passing. So we picked some episodes that were specifically very good. Sorry I didn't record the name of who submitted this question, but to the person who asked about Star Trek and Leonard Nimoy, make sure you go back and watch the original series episode Amok Time. Amoktime. It's an amazingly good Leonard Nimoy episode. And it just goes to show how timeless that show is. I think that show started 3 years before Batman did. It was like 63 to 66, and then Batman started in 66. Mm-hmm. Star Trek is so timeless at times. It can be hokey, but when it hit it out of the park, that show hit it out of the park.
I'm going to tell you, I was more of a Lost in Space guy. I liked Lost in Space.
Danger Will Robinson.
I liked Star Trek.
That was like 10 years before Star Trek even. I have a couple of VHS tapes of Lost in Space in my parents' house still. And I was a fan of the show in general, but I thought it felt too much like they didn't take themselves very seriously.
Well, I think it was designed to be campy. There's no question about that.
I agree. And parts of Star Trek definitely felt the same way. But again, when I don't have any memories of Lost in Space that are the same way I have like these life-changing or at least really moving episodes of Star Trek. Right. But Leonard Nimoy was an incredibly talented actor, and he was a poet. I'm not really that big into poetry, but his work on Star Trek definitely had an impact on at least my enjoyment of Star Trek in general. So I was very sad to hear that he passed away on Friday. And in really current events, Harrison Ford, did you hear about this?
Yeah, bro, I heard about that. Bro, not only that, what I was more surprised about was, if you read the article, he's had numerous plane crashes. Did you read that, bro? Numerous.
I didn't. You don't usually.
Well, somebody needs to take this guy's license away, bro.
Yeah, you don't usually get to say, yeah, I've had a couple, like, numerous crashes of my plane. You don't usually get to say many. Usually you get none. Or maybe one.
Let's talk about this for a second, JoLo, because I'm being serious about this. I believe Harrison Ford is 72 now.
Yeah, something like
that.
Bro,
seriously. I mean, like, I'm not even joking about this, but should there be a cutoff date to when somebody's allowed to pilot a plane?
I think, an arbitrary cutoff date can be hard to enforce because you're always going to have exemptions to the rules, right? So you've always got to be able to test somebody. If he can pass the test to fly the plane, he should be allowed to fly the plane. I think that's just the way it's got to be. You know? You're always going to have exemptions to the rule. Medicine's getting better. We're all going to get older. So...
Yeah, bro, but I'm looking at the fact this is a 72-year-old man that's had numerous plane crashes. Come on,
bro. Now,
bro.
Given a history of plane crashes, I think he should definitely have his pilot's license taken away. At this point, at the very least. He's a danger to himself and people around him. Now, I'm really happy that he's alive and he can land his plane safely in such a small area. He did a really good job with that. I saw a picture of it. But I don't think there should be an arbitrary cutoff date. That's just a little bit too much. But after a couple of plane crashes, they should really consider just taking it away.
They're a little more lenient than I am, JoLo, but that's okay.
Hey, fair enough, fair enough. I just like to be flexible. Be like water. That's what Bruce Lee said, man. Be like water. So, anyways, that's a great quote. Good question about Leonard Nimoy, and we went into a little Harrison Ford there. Moving on to the next one. This one's from Big Josh on Twitter. Thank you very much, Big Josh. Vince, if Hollywood made a movie called The Vince Russo Story, what actor would play you in the movie?
I'm going to go here for a relatively unknown.
Okay. Who's that?
Big Josh.
You're going to have Big Josh? Yeah.
I would like Big Josh to play the role of Vince Russo. I think he would do a phenomenal job.
I like it. I like it. Big Josh, we'll have to see what you say that. Submit an audition tape, Big Josh.
Now that I would like to see.
You always got to be forward thinking, right? You got to have these tapes on hand for when the studios call. So, yes. Josh, we need to have a spec tape to show the financiers. So send us something. Yes. And you've been picked. This is your moment. Vince.
Let's give him a shot. Let's give him a shot, the kid. Let's give Big Josh a shot.
I think that would be really funny, and I think that would be fantastic. Yes, out of all the people to pick, it was a great turnaround. Just throw it right back on Josh. It's now on your shoulders, buddy. Yep. It's all you.
There it is.
Next questions are from Facebook. This question is from Mike Schnell. What is more likely to be real, ghosts, Bigfoot, or aliens? And which would you be more interested in coming across?
That's an interesting question.
We've dabbled on the JoLo show with some theories, speculative conspiracy theory kind of stuff before. We never really framed it like which one would you actually want to meet, So let's say, Vince, that you were given let's say that there's a big wheel and on it are ghosts, Bigfoot, and aliens, and you have to spin it. Which one do you hope it lands on?
Is this like that WCW spin the wheel, make the deal gimmick?
Every time. That's my favorite. It's one of my favorite gimmicks in all the fiction.
I was at that show, bro. I was at that show. It was a Halloween Havoc, make the deal, spin the wheel. I was at that show, bro.
I need to go back and watch that. Which Halloween Havoc was that?
Maybe, that's just going to be before your time. I can't remember the participants. I know a coal miner's glove, though, is what they chose.
A coal miner's glove.
That was the gimmick, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I like the spin the wheel gimmick. I always thought that was a good way to decide something. So if let's say that you have the big wheel comes out, Vince, and on it are ghosts, aliens, and Bigfoot, and and you're asked to spin it, one of them is real, and they're right behind that door.
I think if he is anything like he was depicted in the film
Harry and the Hendersons. I knew you were going to say
hang out with Bigfoot.
I knew you were going to say Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes.
So
I would like to hang out with Bigfoot.
As long as you get Harry and the Hendersons Bigfoot, yes. I'd say that's a pretty safe
Yeah, I mean,
bet.
If he's grumpy and smelly and crapping all over himself and eating who knows what,
he doesn't shave, Vince. That's obvious.
Yeah, but I like if he's the way he was depicted in that movie, I'm good with that.
It's almost like having a larger, almost more intelligent version of Clyde from Any Which Way But Loose, running around with. I don't know, man. Ghosts, Bigfoot, aliens. It really depends. It depends on if you get to pick what kind it is, because all of these would be fine answers for me. Do I get to meet Casper? Okay, great. I can answer a lot of questions about the afterlife. Do I get to meet Paul from that movie with Simon Pegg? Great. I get an alien that sounds like Seth Rogen that can, hanging out with me and play video games. So, yeah, I mean, I think I would like to meet aliens, though, because then I get to say, okay, how'd you get here? And they say, oh, yeah,
bro,
we're parked right there.
Bro, when you're talking aliens...
Yeah.
Right? I mean, immediately, how do you not think about Sigourney Weaver in Aliens? You want to come face to face with that, bro?
I'm not picking those aliens. I'm picking the nice aliens. I'm picking like Vulcans. We're talking about Leonard Nimoy.
E.T., like E.T., bro?
No, Vulcans, dude. They just look like people with pointy ears, crazy eyebrows. That's it.
That's a very broad question, then.
It is. Well, you said Harry and the Hendersons. I could make it like the Sasquatch or the Yeti or something, or like a Star Trek. Star Wars. They got the Wampas. You could be any nasty.
Now,
Bigfoot.
What about the Yeti from WCW?
The Yeti. Oh no, I would go with Giant Gonzalez. That's what you would have to do.
He could double for Bigfoot.
He could.
Well,
he
had the suit gimmick, bro. Bro, you know what? That's the funny thing, bro. Listen, let's stop for a second.
All right, halt.
Okay, let's get to wrestling for a second.
Okay,
you've been boiling. Sit here, listen, we could sit here and hammer Vince Russo all day long, but then now you bring up the Giant Gonzalez. And his ring attire.
Wasn't that you, right? That was you at WrestleMania 9?
You bring up the Yeti, bro. but yet, Vince Russo... see, bro,
I meant the literal Yeti, like in the Himalayan monster.
Oh, bro, you saw the Yeti from WCW?
Yes, I did. I watched the Halloween Havoc.
All right. Okay, we're going to talk about Vince Russo.
It's the Yeti.
And there was a Yeti and the Giant Gonzalez, and I don't even know how to describe the outfit.
Okay, Giant Gonzalez's outfit was an unfortunate mistake.
I think it
looks terrible.
Bro, let's talk about this for a second, Joel. I know you got a bedtime and all that, and we got to keep everything to point.
Okay, fair enough.
Bro, they get this Giant Gonzalez.
Right.
Okay. The first time, they're in the back.
Okay.
Okay, he's in the back. He's getting ready for the show.
Okay.
The first time he comes out in that outfit, and he's seen by people, how is there not one person that says, "What the F are you doing, bro?"
There's got to be everybody in the audience had to say that.
No, I'm not talking about the audience, bro. I'm talking backstage that let him go out like that. That's why you got to think, JoLo, that was a rib on the guy. You have to.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I think that he probably had... Okay, for those of you who don't know who Giant Gonzalez is, go do a quick Google image search and look at a picture. The first thing you'll see is this guy in the suit we're talking about. Painted on muscles and fake hair all over his body. He looked like a big, naked ape man. He was basically the first great Khali in terms of his look and his booking and all of what they did with him in the WWF at that time. What I think is they looked at him and they go, God, you're big. Oh, man. But you've got no muscle definition whatsoever when you take your shirt off. So there's no point in having him come out with his shirt off and flexing. He's not going to look like Lex Luger, who's coming out next at WrestleMania 9. So they got to put him in something that makes him look imposing and intimidating and terrifying and animal-like. And that's what you end up with.
And I'm with you all the way with your story.
And how long was his legend?
But bro, that's why I'm saying when he comes out and they see him like that and they're cracking up inside, at that point it's a rib on the guy.
Okay,
They could have not let him go out there seriously, bro.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah, I get that. I read about the guy a number of months ago, and it was one of those situations, and I can't speak for it, not there, I don't necessarily know. He might not necessarily have gotten himself that it was a rib on him.
Right. No, bro, hey, bro, we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago. I still don't think Vito understands that the dress was a rib on him. As many times as I tell him, I don't think he gets that.
Okay, I have a quick Vito story while we're digressing here. The first time I watched wrestling, and I can remember it, I was watching it with my dad. And he was watching Raw, and Vito came out in the dress. And I started laughing. And then he owned every second of his camera time with spot for spot physical comedy that I had never seen in a guy that big, in that kind of outfit. And I just didn't get the rib. I didn't get the meta story to what was happening at that time. And then, of course, watching the interview, it kind of all clicked all of a sudden. I never really knew it. And I really still give him tremendous amount of props.
Oh yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. Hey, JoLo, do you know I've never seen a match of him in the dress ever.
Really?
I'm gonna watch one tomorrow. Dude, now that you said that, I've never seen him perform in the dress, bro.
He was just, it was this sort of like quiet, but like, I know I'm gonna get you with whatever I'm about to do next. And of course, the whoever his opponent was always off put by the fact he was the guy in the dress, and just the way he moved around the ring and the way he used the dress as a prop while he wrestled and told a story was great. You've got to go back and watch one, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, bro, I always, like I said, I mean, I always, you know, to me, it was a big rib by the WWE, and that's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
you know,
okay, fair enough.
But now, bro, we have to digress even further because
this is the last one before we get back to another question.
Because you got bed soon. But now I'm thinking of the Giant Gonzalez in the muscle suit with the fake hair on Celebrity Apprentice.
Oh, wow. He wouldn't say much. He would probably, you know, stand in the back, kind of put his arms out a little bit. And when he was asked about his plans for a campaign to sell shoes and have the big grand opening of a shoe store, he would probably throw, let's see, who'd be on? Hoda through the window, because she would probably be on The Celebrity Apprentice at that point.
That might be good. That might be good TV.
Right through the plate grass. Hoda, just right up in the air. She's screaming. There's wine coolers going everywhere. Beesh, right through it. And then, you know, cut to commercial. I think that's it.
Money.
Right.
That's money, that's money right there.
I think, and this is my last little bit here, I think that El Torito is a little Giant Gonzalez. Like, he's got the painted on muscles and the hair and everything. It's just a tiny version. But with the horns. They should have given Gonzalez the horns and just made him Mantar. Just gone for it.
Yeah.
And kept it with it. So that's our usual wrestling digression. Who knows if we'll get to another one before the end of the show. It's entirely possible. So, thank you, Mike Schnell, for the question about Bigfoot, ghosts, or aliens. And Mike, tell us which you would want to run into, naturally. I always want to know. Your own answers to these questions are always very interesting to me, folks. So, definitely answer the question, too. Vic Levine. Vic? I'm going to call you Vic. Vic, hello, Vince. Where is your favorite place to get pizza? Since you come from New York, you must have a favorite. Now, this could be Now, I'm going to have you answer this question in two ways, Vince. Ready? You're going to answer it first. Where's your favorite pizza place? Either where you grew up or now. I don't know if, you know, outside of, you know, Boulder is very famous for its pizza. Huh? But tell us your favorite pizza place and your favorite style of pizza. If it's not New York style pizza.
Well, it's going to be New York style.
Okay, so I'll get that out of the way. Now.
Yeah, because I was raised on it. Nothing against Chicago and all that. I was raised on it. Okay. Bro, believe it or not, and it had such a boring name, man. There was a pizza place in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. It's probably still there, and it was called Pizza Stop. And bro, it was the best real Italian New York pizza on the planet.
That's wonderful. I grew up in St. Louis, and St. Louis style pizza is my favorite.
What is I don't know what that is.
I get to tell you all about it now. St. Louis style pizza is super thin, with no crust on the outside.
Interesting.
It's like it's almost like a flatbread pizza.
Oh, okay. Is it still made that way, bro?
Yes, definitely. My favorite pizza places in St. Louis, there's a place called Cecil Whitaker's. It's very good. My absolute favorite is a place called Emo's Pizza. And you can buy their pizzas online and have them shipped to you. So tell me when your birthday is. Maybe I'll send one to you. But these pizzas are delicious. They use a cheese that only St. Louisans eat called Provel. You ever had Provel?
Not provolone.
No, Provel.
Interesting, bro. Interesting.
It's like a super processed, like American mozzarella kind of cheese, basically very processed cheese, but we love it. And it makes the pizza this gooey, sticky mess. And it's, oh my God. I love St. Louis style pizza.
Well, I'm going to share something with you and the people watching the show now.
Yes.
As you know, I'm very frugal.
Yes, of course.
Okay, as of let's see, today's what day is today? Thursday?
Yes, it is.
5 days ago, I'm once again unemployed.
Right.
Standing on the unemployment line.
Right.
So I got to be more frugal than ever right now.
Right.
Bro, we all know you got your Papa Murphy's, Papa John's. What are the famous brands by you out there that take out?
We got Domino's, we got Papa Gino's, we got
Blackjack over here. There's a Blackjack.
Interesting.
Bro, I'm going to tell everybody the key. And I think a lot of people know this. I don't think it's the best kept secret anymore.
What's that?
And this, surprisingly, bro, for $10.
Are you going to say Little Caesars?
No. $10,
Good.
bro. Huge, big Costco's, bro.
Yeah, really?
Bro, phenomenal pizza for $10, bro. Phenomenal. I'd take it over any pizza chain out there.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm telling you, bro, phenomenal.
I have had a great freezer pizza. I'm a connoisseur of the freezer pizza.
But it's not a freezer pizza. Oh, they make it there.
Oh, really? They just make it for you?
Costco makes pizza. Yeah, bro.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You go in, it's in the box, it's piping hot, the whole thing.
Well, there you go. That's the best.
Do you have Costco by you, bro?
We have a place called BJ's, and we also have Costco.
Same thing, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. they make the pizza there, bro.
Well, I had to take advantage of that and maybe see if the pizza's any good. I had a hot dog there once that was kind of, but the pizza I might give a shot. Maybe it.
Yeah, I'm very surprising, bro.
Well, yeah, I love pizza. So if I can get a St. Louis style pizza, I definitely get it. If I'm in Boston and I can get any other kind of pizza, though, it's New York. I just love thin pizza. So
now, is there any kind of a chain where like I could try that St. Louis pizza?
I can. I don't know if it's out by you that you'd be able to try it at. It's really pretty local to St. Louis. Like I said, though, you can go on their website and they'll ship you like one of those half-baked pizzas that you just throw in the oven and then it's done. Like it's like a half-baked, kind of cold, frozen, freeze-dried pizza.
That's not going to be frugal, though, bro. They got to ship it all the way from St. Louis.
That's why I said, tell me when your birthday is. I'll send it your way. You enjoy the pizza.
Gift. That's a good gift. I like that, bro.
Right?
Okay.
When you really care about somebody, you send them a pizza. That's
like it.
It's what my mama taught me, right? You want a girl to like you, give her a pizza. I mean, it's straightforward.
Right.
It's a simple equation. So, everybody, tell us what kind of pizza you like. The last question of the day is from Joe Vizzacaro. I always had to take a question from somebody named Joe. I had to stand out, of course. On the JoLo show, he asks, Vince, this is a question about one of the shows that you do, Vince. Vince, how did you come to be aware of the song that you use for Bucket Full of Chicken Necks? The song that plays.
You know, bro, I think somebody sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me. I think I had like done my first chicken necks or something, and somebody like sent me that, and I was like, "Oh, bro, that's incredible, man."
It's wild to see how someone interprets
yeah
your career in song.
Yeah,
and they reference the Vinnie Jones segment. It's gonna be emotional.
yeah.
I love
tomorrow chicken necks though, bro.
Right. Yes, we are gonna have a new edition of Chicken Necks up on the channel tomorrow, and we'll blast it out. Everybody will know about it. It's good to be able to keep the ball rolling for you, our listeners, and we definitely are doing that, as evidence here.
Let's JoLo. Let's get the chicken necks up tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that because I know how to do the Google gimmick by myself.
Right.
And it's going to be video. It's going to be all video.
Okay.
We get JoLo up on Saturday.
Right. So this show.
This show will air on Saturday. That's the usual time.
Right.
And then, bro, Monday, let's commit to it right now. Let's tell them Monday we're going to give them one of those Lucha Underground interviews.
I like it. Monday we'll debut some of the first footage from Lucha Underground. I'm not going to name any names, folks, but I've heard a few of the people that Vince talked to. Yeah. It's going to be some good stuff. You guys are going to really like that. So we've got stuff to share with you, and we're still making stuff to share with you while I work on the next great thing from Vince Russo and for the brand and you, our fans around the world, new fans and old. Since we're putting this out publicly for the first time, a couple of JoLo Show episodes, a few chicken necks, we really want to hear what you have to say. Genuine feedback, love to hear it. So thank you very, very much for your support. I'm trying to think, I don't necessarily have a cap. A finishing question, a question of my own.
Hey, JoLo,
do you have a question for me?
I do.
All right,
but it's a little bit of a technical question because you've been helping me out a lot technically with things I don't understand and whatnot. And like I got a very interesting response today, and maybe you can explain this to me and a lot of people like me because we're not all like tech savvy like you.
I'll see what I can do.
Yesterday I was basically saying on Twitter, if we hit the 500 subscribers on the new channel, that I'm gonna do chicken necks on Friday. Boom! I mean, bro, thank you everybody. We went over 500 like it was nobody's business.
It was like an hour later. It was great.
I got either a tweet or official Vince Russo email someplace where a guy said to me, He goes, Vince, he goes, I usually click on, you know, the YouTube videos I want to see, but I never subscribe to any of the channels. I just click on the videos I want to see. And he goes, listen, if you want me to subscribe, I'll subscribe, but I normally don't do it that way. So, JoLo, like, I want to understand this. Like, why would I? Why would I subscribe to a YouTube channel? Like, say, you know, I want to see what Vince Russo, if Vince Russo's done anything new. So I type in Vince Russo and boom, there's the new chicken necks. I click on the chicken necks. If I subscribe, what am I benefiting by subscribing? I really don't know.
So one of the benefits of YouTube in general is you can kind of treat it like your own TV channel switcher. So if you have, let's say you have Vince Russo, and then you also have a cooking show like Alton Brown, right? So I've got show A, show B, show C. You're right. I could go click and type in those shows every time, or when I type in youtube.com and I go to it, every show I've subscribed to, I see immediately a list of all the most recent work that they've done, if they've done anything. That's benefit one. It gets richer than this. Benefit two is that it gives YouTube, both the people who make the videos and YouTube itself, a quick way of looking at how popular you are on YouTube. Sure, they could go to all your individual videos, but really what they want to see is your staying power. So a subscription tells someone, I am interested in everything that this person is making to a degree. Sure, some videos you'll be up and down on, but that's TV in general. With a subscription, though, you're able to show YouTube that they should support that channel. And so if you have over 500 subscriptions, for instance, for over 30 days, you're able to have a custom channel name. Right now, our channel name is a random string of letters and numbers, basically, because we are a brand new channel. So as soon as we have over 500 subscribers, which, thank you so much, we do, and we get over 30 days on YouTube, we'll be able to have things like custom channel art or more control over the content that we bring, and maybe even eventually become what's called YouTube partners, which are specific entities that work with YouTube to make better videos for YouTube.com. to put onto the site that support us and them. So it becomes a literal partnership through YouTube. So by supporting us on the official Vince Russo channel, and by hitting subscribe and by asking people to hit subscribe, you're able to show YouTube that yes, people are interested in content that Vince Russo is making. You're able to get that content right up front every time you come to youtube.com and everywhere else, and it sorts it really nice. It's just a win-win for everyone. So, yeah, you're giving us views. Individual views are great, and it's great when we get to see individual people have seen the video. But we want to know is, has the video gotten you to say, I want to see a little more? And that's really about the best nutshell that I can put it in. So, Vince, that brings us to the end of the JoLo show. We've talked about YouTube. We went all the way back through Star Trek, the unfortunate passing of Leonard Nimoy. We talked a lot about pizza, and we even digressed, of course, back into professional wrestling. I don't know how we don't avoid that. Every week, we say non-wrestling, 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 and then here we go. I'm telling you.
Now I'm starting to try. I'm trying to remember now how the heck we got on the conversation of the Giant Gonzalez, because that opened up the whole Pandora's.
Oh, I said the word Yeti. Maybe that should have been the magic word.
Yeti.
Yeti. I said the word Yeti, and then you immediately like, oh, the Yeti. Oh yeah, Halloween Havoc. Yeah, I meant the literal Himalayan monster. You meant the gimmick wrestler.
But did I bring up Giant Gonzalez or did you?
I brought up Giant Gonzalez. Okay, that was all me. All right, I brought it back. I brought it literally to the WWF. So it really was on me, and it usually is on me. I got to admit, it's the universe, man. It's the universe.
Yeah, and also, bro, let's also, you know, much earlier in the conversation, we talked about electrified cages.
Yeah,
right off the bat, bro.
That's true. I couldn't avoid it, and it's just so easy. The material's always there. You know?
Bro, let's do this. Let's add this to next week's show. You know, like the curse jar, like you curse, you got to throw the buck in there or a quarter or whatever it is that we can afford. Let's have the jar, the first one who brings up wrestling, bro.
Okay, so the first one who brings up wrestling, and we'll just put like what, a quarter in the jar and see who fills the quarter first, who fills the jar first or something.
I think we almost have to do like we almost have to keep a running tally.
Okay, because I can't.
How many times you do it, how many times I do it. Maybe when it gets to a dozen, that the winner gets the cash.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Is that considered gambling, bro? Are they going to arrest us?
I don't think that's gambling. No, that's friendly competition because we have a direct input in the result because it's our effort. It's not gambling. See, it's not random chance. So it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong here. I'm not a gambling lawyer. I don't know. But I like the idea. So if we'll have to just remember which one of us does it first. And I wouldn't lose for saying Yeti because I didn't mean the wrestler. But I would lose for saying Giant Gonzalez. Absolutely.
Bro, speaking of gambling, yes. I got one more little piece of news before we sign off here.
It's all right.
Bro, you know I'm commissioner of the we call it the TNA Fantasy Baseball League. Bro, you know what's so hysterical about this? This started as the TNA Fantasy Baseball League about 10 years ago, right, wow. Bro? Mm-hmm. Bro, it's 12 players every year. Bro, at the beginning, all 12 players worked for TNA.
Okay.
All right, bro. So we've kept it intact for like 12 years, bro. And here we are 12 years later, bro. I think 4 people work for TNA.
Well, times change, man, and in the showbiz world is a shifting sand. You know, that's.
But bro, let me share this with you. I'm a little excited about this. So I think there's still 4 TNA members, and we always have to like fill a slot every year. You know, somebody loses, somebody drops out. Just so you know, like the real sharks. There are like 3 sharks in this league. There's 3 sharks or. First of all, my boy Matt Conway, TNA head writer, right. Shark, Irish Pat, bro, Pat Kenny, Shark, bro, Simon Diamond, the biggest shark of them all, bro, the biggest troublemaker in the league every freaking year, bro. Tommy Dreamer,
really.
New member. I'm very, very excited about this year joining the TNA Fantasy Baseball League. Mr. Matt Stryker.
Very nice.
Adds a little prestige now to the league. And from what I understand, I don't know Stryker too well. I met him at Lucha, and bro, he's a great freaking guy. Bro, I'm so stunad that Stryker had to tell me that we met before, and he went through the whole introduction, and like I don't even remember it.
Doesn't that feel terrible?
But yeah, Stryker's in the league. A little prestige now with Matt Stryker. From what I understand, though, serious baseball fan.
Well, we're going to find out with the last name
so
like
there's
Stryker.
going to be. I mean, with Dreamer and everybody, there's going to be a lot to talk about this year, bro.
Excellent. Well, I might actually have to pay attention to a little more baseball this year if you're going to be chatting it up all the time and talking fantasy baseball. So I'm very interested in that for sure, and I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I'll play along. Or something.
JoLo, can I ask you one other question?
Make it the last one. I got a bedtime.
On one of the last things I wrote on Pyro and Ballyhoo was I was looking to start a fantasy baseball league. We call it the Brand Fantasy Baseball League, right?
Right.
And it was like one of the last things I did, and I was waiting for comments to see who wanted to get in, right? Bro, now I've been getting a couple of tweets of people that really wanted to play.
Okay.
How can we set something up?
Yeah,
How should we do this? Should we do that on Facebook? How should we do that, bro? Should we do it on my email address?
I know that there are several sites. I think Yahoo and a few other of them have hosted fantasy baseball leagues where you can go in and make your own thing.
It's not that. I'll do all that.
Oh, okay.
I need at least 10 players. That's what I need. Once I get the players, I can set up the league and do all that.
Facebook.
But I don't know what's the best way. If everybody wants a Brand Fantasy Baseball League, and you're serious about playing, there's going to be a fee because there's a payout. First, second, third place, you win money. At least 10 players we need. I'm going to play in the league. I'll be a part of it. What's the best place for them to contact me? Let me know they're serious players.
Yeah, this is one question JoLo has no answer to. So please, somebody who has played.
Well, what about the official Vince Russo?
Official Vince Russo email? Yeah, you could just run it out of there. You could run it off Facebook. Basically, however you want to get the word out to people. Do you have to report after a game? Like who wins what? Are you the one?
You're a novice.
You see, I don't know. I know when you have a fantasy team is you watch the games that your players are in. You watch how well they do, and then you're up against another person's team, and you win or lose.
No, it doesn't work. No, it don't work that way.
Or is that football?
All I need 10 players. That's all I need. Once I have the players, I take care of everything.
Okay, man.
So the what is it? The official Vince? What's the address?
It's officialvincerusso@gmail.com.
Okay, there you go. If you're serious about playing in a brand league, we need 10 guys. I'm going to play, so we need 9. Officialvincerusso@gmail.com. And don't waste any time getting to me because the season's coming up.
Man, I'm telling you, across Facebook, Twitter, and the JoLo Show, we're going to be able to get you those 10 guys pretty quickly. Let's see how fast we can get them, folks. The show's going to go up on Saturday. I bet we can have 10 people by Monday morning.
Yeah, and I'll plug it tomorrow, too, on Chicken Necks.
Brilliant. Tell them we got an announcement coming up on the JoLo Show. Tell them about it coming up tomorrow on Chicken Necks. It's going to be great. So, folks, if you want to play, test your might against the likes of Matt Stryker, Tommy Dreamer, Matt Conway.
No, this is a whole different league. This is a new league.
This is not the TNA league?
That league's booked. We got the teams.
How many leagues are you playing? And you're blowing my mind here.
This is a second league for the brand, and you don't even have to be in the brand. You just got to be a fantasy baseball player.
Well, folks, then forget what I said. And if you'd like to play with Vince...
Yeah, I'll play. I'll be playing, bro.
All right. If you'd like to play with Vince and other members of the brand and anybody else who's interested at this point, keep your eyes on Chicken Necks. Keep your eyes on Twitter and Facebook. We'll make announcements about it. Definitely. And be sure to send word to officialvincerusso@gmail.com if you're very interested. There, much better plug. I got my facts straight. I should have written them down before the show. I produce and star on this show, so sometimes I get a little flustered. But
now,
I finally got my stuff together.
Next week, before I let you go, we're going to have the gimmick falling from the ceiling with the word nice.
I got to figure out what's going to fall and how I'm going to make it fall. I'll do something digital. But yes, I'm going to try to get you to say something very specific, maybe a word or a phrase. And
yeah, bro, maybe do the digital. You're the whiz. Do the gimmick. Let it come across the screen. I'll turn around, and then boom. All
right. That'll be very good. So next week, folks, I will try to get Vince to say something, and we'll see if we can have some fun with that. See if you'll have to listen to see how close I get and how long it takes me to try to make it happen. It could be really fun. So, folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube. To our YouTube fans who are joining us and subscribing to the channel, thank you for subscribing. By doing so, you're going to help us bring you better content in the future. We promise you that. And thank you, Vince Russo, for grilling me and letting me grill you and, spending a little time on this Thursday night, putting together some great material.
Bro, always my pleasure, JoLo. You're the next to Johnny Carson. You're the best guest, the best host that I've ever been associated with.
Oh man, that's a very good compliment, Vince. Thank you very, very much. Well, you're an excellent.
No, you didn't have the curl gimmick going tonight either. You're very inconsistent. Very inconsistent, bro.
Well, now I'm the Poindexter gimmick, right? So I've got to be slick back hair, clean looking. I don't want to look disheveled. I gotta look good, right? So, anyways, Vince, you're a great guest as usual. I could pick anybody in the world, like I say, but Vince Russo, I feel honored to have you on the show. Thanks again, and everybody, we look forward to seeing you next week or even sooner. Take care. Have a great day. Hi everybody, my name is JoLo Castro. Thank you for watching this week's JoLo Show. The show is going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus, along with Vince Russo, who has posted on the Facebook page and on Twitter that we'll be taking a little bit of a break from creating content. We still have plans on the books to develop a new platform for sharing content with you, our new fans, and the brand members who supported us through all of this, and it's been a bit of a long week for everyone, so from time to time, we all need to clear our heads. This is that time. The content is still there. We have episodes to share with you, including interviews from Vince at Lucha Underground and interviews from Vince when he went overseas. And if you're interested in more content from myself, Jeff Lane, or any of the other contributors, let us know. We will contribute to the content. We can contribute to the channels with your interest. So please just let us know if you're interested in seeing more. But in the meantime, the channel is going to be a little bit quieter than it usually is as we roll out some of the interviews that Vince was able to get over the past couple of weeks during his trips. So thank you very, very much for your support. We hope you enjoyed the JoLo Show and tune in for more.